Clara Barton was born in 1821. Now, what makes Clara Barton fantastic and a woman with mojo is that she is known for founding the American Red Cross. Now, the American Red Cross is actually a division of the International Red Cross, a society that Clara worked for when she was overseas, primarily doing work in France. And what the International Red Cross does is, even when it began in the mid-1800s, it just offered aid and it offered help to anyone who was living under a peaceful banner. Essentially, everyone who's now considered part of the UN would have been eligible for Red Cross service. And Clara Barton even pioneered during the Civil War. She was going ahead and she was talking to the government about going behind enemy lines and trying to get medical supplies to the troops. She was a real fantastic pioneer. She actually began her career as a teacher. She started at 17 years old and she worked as a teacher for 18 years until she suffered a nervous breakdown. When she suffered a nervous breakdown, she didn't know what to do. She went back to school and she began studying. And she didn't only study womanly things like they would at the time. She studied astronomy, she studied philosophy, she studied biology, she studied foreign languages, and she really began to become knowledgeable, not only in terms of medical, but also in terms of the ways of the world. And when she left university, she really left with a completely different outlook on life, and she came back into the world with a need to do something better and to change it and to help it. Clara Barton is also one of these people who we need to remember she came around in a time before the women's liberation movement. So it's unbelievably special and wonderful that she was able to go ahead and do all of these fantastic things in the time in which she did.